Alright, tell us your name and what you did this weekend.
Hello, my name is Maximillian Fleischmann. I got 24th out of 352 at the Louisville Regional on January 5th. Invites were distributed to 48, and I got 24th.
Alright.
And here's my profile.
Alright, where were you playing?
Altergeist.
Alright, show us what you did.
Alright, so, monsters. Typical little lineup here. Special summons, searches, spot removal, sets, special summons, replaces traps, bounces, negates attacks.
400. Allegiant was like 350.
Then we have our hand traps. We have 2 Ash, and then 2 Ogre, and then triple impermanence.
How'd you feel about 2 Ash?
Beautiful. I love it.
You don't miss the third one?
No, if you watch my last profile, I also ran 2 O's, but instead of ogres, I ran ghost spells. I decided we should switch that up for more destruction in Altergeist, because sometimes we lack a little in how much we can get rid of stuff on their turn. 2 O's, like I said, you just don't want to draw 2 of the same hand trap ever, and when you're running a variety and you see different names, it's really good versus it being really bad.
Okay.
Spells. 2 Secret Village, 2 Desires, and then one for one.
Did this ever come up to where it wasn't as good as you would think it would be?
No, actually, it was amazing the whole time through. Like, the only bad matchup you have against is, like, if you go against the rogue pin magician player and they normal summon one and then just proceed to do their thing, but, you don't have to worry about that too much. 2 Desires is really nice. I see this card more than almost any other 2 I've ever played in my life. And 1 for 1 just raises how much you can do in your first turn astronomically. It's really great in this deck.
No pot of duality?
No pot of duality, because if you draw it a little later on, you can't just continuously gain advantage from Faker. So, you just took it out.
Alright.
Traps. We got the Solemn Brigade. These cards are broken. Some of the best cards in any trap deck ever, Not too much to say on them, You let them link it to a 4, and then you just strike it, or you strike pin 5,
Did you ever strike a pen 5?
Yeah, I've struck in pin 5s a few times. Feels real good. Lost Winds, Metaverse, triple spoofing, double manifestation, and then double protocol. Resets and has attack, which is super important in Altergeist because our monsters are naturally smaller, so sometimes if you have them crash into something and then you flip Lost Wind, it's pretty nice. Protocol and manifestation, settable, you know what they do. Negates, brings back, can't negate my stuff. Triple spoofing, one of the 1-card engines kind of in Altergeist, and then Metaverse to search out our secret village.
You ever thought about playing more protocol or manifestation?
If I was to play like 3 Desires instead, I'd maybe play 3, but I just think in a 40-card deck, it's not grand running that many.
Alright.
And then to the extra deck, we played 2 Link Rebo. I recently traded off the other, and I will replace it with something else, but we were just worried about this one getting banished or something happening to it to where we couldn't just keep using it. Triple Extia. The bread and butter of this deck. It gets big, and then it negates spells and traps, and then it searches when it leaves, so...
Have you ever made the 3rd Hextia?
Yes. In this regional, every time I made 3rd Hextia, I was like, wow, putting in the 3rd Hextia was the best decision I've ever had. Because you can just make them off one another just to get card advantage if you want, with one other. 1 Prime Banshee, never made it, can't tell you what it does off top. Underclock Taker, We Witch's Apprentice, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Warlord, Boral Sword, and then 3 odd cards here.
Did you ever make Exiton?
I've never made this card, this card, this card, this card, this card, this card, or this card. Or this card in this event. I only made this, these, and that. And this card is really good against Cyber Dragons if they build a negate board and they're like, haha, it's not an extra monster zone. If they leave like Seeger and any machine monster, it's just like, give me all your cards. You can basically do this for like 4 or 5 if they have a good turn, They can't really do anything about it. World Sword, it's the necessary extra bit of attack that we need in this deck.
Would you continue playing Exiton?
Man, the only reason I have these 2 is because we're not playing Reaper anymore. Like, if there were better things that I could think of off top that could get me out of a pinch really easy, these are literally just, if it's all falling apart and we can make it, we make it, you know, and try to get back to where we're going, you know. These are initially bad because we have to be in a losing position for it. Yeah, there's the extra deck.
All right. Shall move on to our side deck now.
All right.
How did you think of your side for the event?
I liked it a lot. I think I would change a couple 2s to 3s and then work out what I have to here. For instance, 2 Droll, it's pretty decent. I didn't really see it any, you know, until later on.
The nice alties.
Thanks. And sometimes you want to see it in, you know, your opening hand, you just can't. I'll explain why some of these are 2-ofs versus 3-ofs in a minute. 3 Inspector Border. I feel like we can honestly cut this at this point since we play Pankratops. But it's just so good against certain decks, but it's so bad against our own, you know what I mean? So it kind of...
Yeah. The border seems like it hurt you a little too much, too.
Yeah, it really does sometimes. I think we might cut this. 2 Heavy Storm Dusters, 2 Wiretaps, and then 3 Evenly Matched. I'd like to have a 3rd Wiretap if I choose to play Wiretap or not play it at all. You know, they would drop evenly or like red reboots, and I just didn't have these when I needed them. I used to run 3. The reason why we're playing 2-ofs of these 2 is because we needed the space to make 3-ofs for these. If we cut this, we can just make everything here a 3-of, you know. And I think that's what might happen unless we find some other things. Pankratops was amazing. You know, it's really good in this deck, especially when we were forced to go second.
Out Inspector Border.
Yeah, out Inspector Border and Floodgates. And yeah, I mean, that sums it up for the deck, everybody.
All right. Do you have any closing shout-outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Tyler Maley for recording this. I'd like to thank Team Nocturnal for promoting me and like boosting me up and working with my team a lot to figure out what to do with Altergeist to make it better than the last event. I'd like to thank everybody in Lexington that I practice with, everybody in Frankfort that we practice with. We appreciate you all, and let's represent. Hell yeah.
All right. Thanks for showing us your deck.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
No problem.